Good evening, everybody. Again, a milestone today, and I did an upload in the morning today with regards to the twin flame, and I have decided to start my love reading for the month of December from 15th on to the 31st. As I have started to do every month, twice a month, and as I get time to upload it, all the other star signs, the zodiac signs, um, will be uploaded as I go along the way. We still have a few more days before we actually hit the 15th of the month, and again, I may not be able to catch up with all the zodiac signs love readings before the 15th. If I can, it will be a miracle. I will become a magician if that happens, for sure. But if it doesn't happen, please bear with me, because it does take me a while to get all the zodiac signs love readings done. But I will definitely try my best. It's a promise. I will try to keep it up to the time frame that we all have in mind for this month before the end of the year. And hopefully I'll be able to. If not, it will be a few days here and there, but you will definitely get to see the love readings as I do and upload the videos here. I wanted to thank all my subscribers, my people, my community, YouTube in particular, for having given me this opportunity to come this far, to share my knowledge and my learnings with everybody out in the world. To all the people who appreciate my effort, thank you so much once again from the bottom of my heart. You don't know how much that means for me. I do actually look forward to hearing from you, and if I'm a bit late in replying, please do forgive me. My apologies for that, but I definitely try to keep up with it, okay? So now, having said this, I'm going to start off as I always do, and I don't know why I do this, but this is just me. This will be a love reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, for the month of December 15th till the 31st, 2018. Now again, this reading, whatever resonates, please take it. Whatever doesn't, please leave it. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising and other signs as well that you happen to know in your natal chart, because sometimes it does happen that the sun sign may not work for you to that extent, but you know, the other signs, the moon sign, the ascending and all that, may perhaps resonate with you better. So if that happens, please do check those signs, because no way in the world can this reading resonate with all the Tauruses or the Taurians out there, okay? But if it resonates, please take it, guys, and run with it. And of course, enjoy the reading as much as I love doing this for you. And this deck, as I'm shuffling and talking to you as well, will be used as my clarifiers, and that's why I'm getting this done, ready to roll as we get into the reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, for this period of December 15th until the 31st of 2018, when we call in the end of this year to begin 2019, and hopefully 2019 will come with a lot more fresh, good energies for all my people, for all the people, mostly the people in love in general, okay? Because I do sincerely believe that love is a very big thing in life, you know. If it happens to you, you should enjoy that, and as it happens, you should also take the benefit of enjoying that situation with the person that you truly and sincerely love from the bottom of your heart. I don't know why my cards are jumping out as I'm talking to you. I'm going to use this as my clarifier. See, again, it's jumping out. Okay, my spirits are perhaps a little bit confused here, wondering why I'm shuffling while I'm talking to you. But anyways, the cards have been already spread out, so here we are ready to rock and roll, guys. Let's get into the bottom of this reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus here. Okay, so let's get into this. My last shuffle, and there my clarifiers are ready. Okay, now over here, as usual, as I always do, I have the significant other in the lives of the Taurians, and I have the Taurian himself or herself. Okay, now as far as a significant other is concerned in the life of the Taurian in this period of December, the end of December till the end of December, that person is kind of waiting and hanging. Okay, they are not moving at this point in time. They have a lot of patience. This card particularly signifies to me as the person having a lot of patience, but at the end of the day, the person is having patience. It's proven by the fact that the person, the one leg is tied while the other is free. So that person, if it so happens, can actually break the chains and walk away, or break free and move towards it. But we'll find out why that's not happening. Okay, so as far as a significant other is concerned in this period of time in the month of December 2018 till the end, that person is hanging, waiting, patiently waiting, hanging, not moving, not taking a step forward, not rushing through, not doing anything in particular. And let's take a clarifier for this to see why. And that's because that person definitely wants to offer the love, or wants that love to come to them. But at this point in time, the situation is not in the right state for this to happen, and that's the reason why this person is not moving at this point in time, and also is perhaps waiting for justice to be delivered, to be waiting for justice to come to the situation where they can actually, kind of trying to move away from any kind of conflict situation, does not want any conflict in their life anymore. Okay, and that is the reason why this person at this point in time has decided to be in a standstill position, because the person definitely wants the cup of love, but at this point in time it is in reverse, which means that either this person is not ready to receive it, or the Taurians are not ready as yet to offer this cup of love to the significant other. And therefore the significant other is definitely waiting for justice to be delivered, but justice right now is in the reverse. Okay, so for which therefore it means, or it signifies, that there is a delay in their love situation between the Taurian and the significant other at this point in time. And this is all happening because there is a kind of conflict in somebody's life. Okay, but this conflict is ending. Now, if the significant other is waiting to end this conflict, or it's the Taurians who are in the conflict situation with the significant other with regards to certain other situations, it could be anything that might resonate with you. But definitely the reason why this person is not moving is because he or she is waiting for that conflict situation to be amended, to disappear from their lives. Okay, now as I explained, this conflict situation is not particularly proactive in the significant other's life, or it could be proactive. It could be even proactive in the Taurian's life, or it could be a proactive situation in their love life in general. Okay, so whatever the conflict situation is, that needs to come to an end, and that's the reason why this person, the significant other, has decided to hang himself or herself right now, not moving, just waiting for the right time to come to them. Okay, as far as the Taurians are concerned in this period, I'm very sad to see that they are definitely going through a heartbreak at this point in time. Okay, now if I see both the cards in here for the significant other and the Taurian, it definitely means that this conflict situation is in the life of the Taurians, which the significant other knows and is waiting for that to disappear. Okay, because of that kind of a conflict situation, the Taurians are definitely going through a period of heartbreak again. Okay, this energy is a very sad energy for me. There is nothing good and bad about this energy, to be honest with you, because you cannot judge somebody and say that the person should you should go through it or should not go through this kind of a heartbreak. So for me in particular, this is a very sad energy or a sad card. Whenever I see it, it speaks to me a lot of about a lot of heartbreak, about a loss of emotional loss of mental kind of anguish. And basically in totality, it's a very sad card. Okay, let's get a clarification for this, and that's because of this. Okay, now since the Taurian himself or herself is an hierophant, the Taurian is the sign of a hierophant, the person who knows, who understands, who believes, who totally is on religious discipline, traditional ground. They like to work. They are not very flexible in their ways of thinking. They do not want to walk out of that little box to think and think beyond certain factors in life. That's not who Taurians are in general. And that's the reason why this card is in reverse, because of the heartbreak here. So which again tells me that the Taurians are, whoever is facing, the Taurians themselves, whoever is facing this kind of a heartbreak situation is now turning and changing things by himself or by herself for a better person, for a better reason here. Okay, they have found out, the Taurians have in general the wisdom or the knowledge they have gathered through whatever has transpired in their life. We will see if we can find out what possibly could have gone wrong here. That kind of has put the Taurians in a situation where they don't want, or they don't no longer believe in holding on to those traditional orthodox kind of belief that they had been dominated by for this period of time. And it's all happening because of the heartbreak. It's been so brutal on the Taurians, that they are now kind of transforming themselves, killing the old Taurians and becoming a new Taurian. That's the way if I would like to say it here. Okay, so that's what the Taurians are at this point in time in December. And that is the reason why the significant other who happens to know of the situation is not moving from his or her place at this point in time. Okay. Now, the card that is crossing them is again that of the Hierophant. Okay, which is speaking to me of the Taurian here, which is speaking to me of the other person in here. Okay, and this again is an earth sign, so it could be that the significant other is also an earth sign, but it doesn't matter, it could be any sign here. Okay, now the crossing card again speaks to me or tells me that it is relevant more so to both of them, but in particularly to the Taurians, because they are changing from this state in the Hierophant, to becoming a reverse person in the state of Hierophant, which is again making them think, what is the right thing to do? Should they walk out of this situation? How can they gather their wisdom to kind of, finish these kind of heartbreaks, heartaches, whatever is going on in their life? But by doing how? By doing what? What is the right solution to this problem? What could be gathered in their wisdom that could guide them, or let the universe come in here to gather their wisdom and let them guide them to understanding that what is the right way that they should be walking on to finish or to come to this portion of their love situation, because they definitely, both of them are definitely suffering at this point. One is suffering by not moving, and the other is definitely suffering, which is very clearly evident with the energy card in here. And that is the reason the crossing card is also talking or giving us the same interpretation as to in which particular direction and how they should proceed towards their love situation, because they don't want to do anything wrong, which is very evidently clear again. Both of them they don't want to do anything wrong. They don't want to harm anybody, but at the same time, they also want their own fulfillment. They also want their own happiness. So this is where this Hierophant is crossing them both, suggesting that again they have to take the right action with the right wisdom, the right guidance to understand which is the exact road or the exact way that they should walk now from here onwards. The Foundation card is a nice card here, okay, where both of them are waiting for the love. One is waiting for the offer of love, the other one is waiting to offer the love. Okay, one is waiting to receive it, the other person is waiting to give it. Okay, so in both their cases, both of them are actually waiting for this energy to kick in, where they can take and receive, at the same time, the same cup of love that they are both wanting here in this love journey for the Taurians. So that's a good foundation card to have for sure, which is also telling me that both of their situations are circumstantial for sure, but their energies, their higher self energy, their mental energy, their soul energy, everything is in the right place because of this foundation card in here. Okay, now the Taurians, the past energy for the Taurians, I've got 3 cards in here, and 3 of them are different cards, which is giving me different stories. Okay, the first is of that of the 10 of Pentacles here, which is the past energy. So it means to say that the Taurians in the past had plenty for themselves. Okay, whoever the person is, himself or herself, doesn't matter, but in the past the person had whatever the person wanted in their life in the past. Okay, so this is the past energy, and that is the reason why in the past the Taurians never spoke a word. They never not spoke a word, not intentionally wanting to cut through. They did not have the guts, or they did not have the courage to upset this 10 of Pentacles situation for themselves. Okay, and that is the reason why they had been quiet all throughout that period of time in the past, as far as their past love situation or their personal situation or their family situation was concerned over here. Okay, and then in the past they also had a couple of options to choose from. Okay, which door they would open, which energy they would pick up on, which key they would be taking over, which lock they should be turning. Those kind of energies were prevalent in the life of the Taurians in the past. Again, please, this is all in the past. Okay, so these energies are not floating in now, but they have all been done and complete with, where the person, the Taurian himself or herself, they had plenty, they had money, they had financial prosperity, they had abundance in their life, in their own way. Okay, in their love situation as well, maybe in their family situation as well, wherever the situation, even in their professional field as well, they had abundance in their life at that point in time. Okay, now again, as I have said, it's difficult to say how long that past has been for. It could be a couple of days, weeks, months, years, we don't know, because when the cards come out, it tells me about the energies, but it's difficult to say the time period. So take the time period as it resonates with you and fit it into the slot for you to gain a clarity on the situation. But definitely this was the kind of energy for the Taurians in the past, and therefore the person never said a word, never harmed anybody, never spoke out loud. The heart chakra never opened up, that clarity of the situation. Even if there was something wrong at that point in time, the Taurians never opened up and spoke about that situation to correct that situation, or to brutally sever the situation, or to rectify the situation at that point in time in the past. Which is why he also, as she also, had a lot of options, like I explained, to choose from, in their love life. So this is all in the past energy, guys. But in the present energy, The Taurians themselves are in this position of the Three of Swords and the heartbreak energy. So let's see if I can see, or my spirits can show me as to what transpired between then and now for this heartbreak to have occurred. So we'll see here. And that's what it is. It's the Wheel of Fortune that has turned for the Taurians here. Okay, that's the Wheel of Fortune that has turned for the Taurians. So wherever they were at that point in time to being where they are now, it's because their Wheel of Fortune has turned to bring them to this place of heartbreak from here until now. Okay, so I'm going to keep this card as well here. Now, speaking of the Taurians going in the physical 3D, in the physical energy, for the present physical energy, in the month of December 15th till the 31st, there is definitely a period that the Taurians will not be able to take too much of rest. Okay, so which means that the Taurians are going through some kind of a mumbo jumbo kind of a situation in their love life as well. That's not going to allow them to rest. Now this card, if it was like this, I would have said that the Taurians are taking their rest, they are meditating. But this is a different kind of an energy where the swords are clearly hanging over the person who is trying to rest, and the Taurians are not being able to rest. So you see the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. There are too many sword energies again in their love life. Okay, so this is in the physical world, and that is the reason why the Taurians are grieving over the loss of some situation. That's what I said right now. Okay, there is a general loss of emotion. There is a general loss of emotional system out here. Something that has not gone right in their love life as well, that is making them grieve over some. Now this could necessarily mean that this could not necessarily mean that it's a reflection on their love life. The love life could be where it is, but this is a general situation in their personal life as well, where something has happened in their life that is making the Taurians very unrestful, not being able to rest, as well as grieving over the loss of certain situations in their life, that he or she finally is calling for the death of these situations. They do not want these situations, and until the death situation happens, they will not be able to move forward in their love life as well. And that's the reason in the physical world, or in the physical 3D, the Taurians themselves are calling for the death of certain situations, which means putting an end to it and moving forward towards their significant other who is still waiting for them to come to them. Okay, that's in the energy of the physical present energy. Going forward in the month of December, now when I say the month of December going forward, this could also possibly drag on to January, guys, okay? Because again, it's the energy that I have asked for. It says I have called for the future energy here. Okay, so future is the end of December or moving forward in the month of January. That's how I look into it. Now in the month of December end or towards January, the Taurians will definitely be like the King of Pentacles, wanting to give. Okay, they will definitely have something between now and going forward again. Okay, between now and going forward again, they will be able to manifest certain realities in their life that is going to give them that courage and confidence to become like the King of Pentacles, where they want to give, where they want to be a generous person, but at the same time they are taking a stock of their own finances. They are taking a stock of what is right and wrong, what they can do, what they cannot do, how many boundaries they can cross, how many boundaries they cannot cross, to reach their lover, to reach the lover that has been waiting for them in the future going forward. And that is the reason the person doesn't want to waste time collecting information anymore okay, or is not kind of wanting to break open hearts, be brutal about certain things, fight over certain matters over here, create a conflict situation again in their area, which will disrupt their love situation. That is not what the Taurians are going to do, or what they will want to do, because of course they are still stuck in that energy. They will not be able to untie completely at this point in time, in the month of end of December to January. They are still stuck, but at the same time, the grief is also persisting in their heart. Okay, they are stuck, but the grief is still persisting in their heart, where they do not want to defend anything more in any of the situation, as far as any other situation apart from their love situation is concerned. They will have to, they will stop fighting or defending anybody whatsoever. If somebody they know or is in their situation who is suffering, the Taurians will actually have the heart to say, I don't care, let them suffer if they have to suffer. That person, the Taurian themselves, will not be defending, because what the Taurians are wanting right now is wanting the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups here. Okay, they are wanting the love back again in their life, and that is going to happen because once the Wheel of Fortune had turned, the Wheel of Fortune is turning again in the future. Okay, this Wheel of Fortune, when it had initially turned, had come as a shock to a lot of Taurians, definitely, as I assume, because that person, from where he or she was, has come to this person, has become this person now. And again, the Wheel of Fortune is turning for the Taurians because of this situation in here that is developing in the future for the Taurians out here. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is turning again, guys. This is quite a jolt for me. I did not expect that to happen here. Okay, so having said that, from the present 3D energy to the future energy, let's ask for a clarification. Okay, that's again, the Taurians are tied up. Like I said, the Eight of Swords is here as well. Okay, this situation is definitely calling for the Eight of Swords in here again, where they are not able to free themselves completely until the Wheel of Fortune turns again. Okay, but from the future, from the present to the future, let's ask for another clarifier. They are calling for strength in here. They are definitely calling for strength, and they are guarding and protecting themselves as well. They are guarding and protecting their prosperity as well, their finances as well. They are protecting everything. They are protecting their love life. They are protecting themselves. They are protecting their finances. They are protecting the person in their life as well. Okay, this card could signify protection. They are becoming obsessive about this person as well. They don't want to lose the significant other. So between the present and the future, these are the transformations in here, and that is because of the Lovers, which is now in reverse, but they are going to get the strength to make an advancement towards a love situation by offering their cup of love. Okay, so from the present to the future, we definitely do see a lot of transitions happening here. But the most important transition that is happening again for the Taurians in their love life is that the Wheel of Fortune is moving again, guys. It's moving. It has moved once before. It is going to move again now. Wow. Okay. Now, in their environment, the Taurians are going to do the little street smart action to get away from situations that is not giving them any result, not making them feel happy. So they are definitely going to let go of those kind of situations that is going to cause them heartache and heart pain again, that's going to give them those sody kind of energies that is not going to make them feel happy. So in their environment, they are definitely planning certain strategies for themselves. This is called the act of survival that the Taurians are planning to do, not just for themselves, but to keep their love life intact, to give the other person the exact same thing that this person wants. And in this particular situation, the Taurians will be resting in the environment, will be meditating, is contemplating on how to act on these energies to gather the best possible result that the environment and the universe will be able to give it to them, to secure their stability, to give them back the happiness, because their wheel of fortune is turning again in their love life, guys. Okay, so in their environment, that's what they're contemplating, they're meditating, they're planning, they're strategizing. Say whatever you want to say, whichever word is applicable here, you can use that, but this is definitely the energy in their environment. In their hope and fear situation, they have the building up thing. Okay, so they are hoping they can start again, they can build up again. Okay, in their fear, they also have that fear if they will possibly be able to accomplish this job. Okay, so let's ask for a clarification. And they are doing that, it's all because of the offering of love to the significant other. Okay, that's what they are building up. They are not only building themselves up, they are building their strength, their confidence, their self-esteem, their pride, everything that they have lost in the process because of the wheel of fortune that had turned once, and because of the wheel of fortune that is turning again for them. Okay, so that is what they are building up on, and it is only that portion of the time that will take for them to come here and put that offer or give that commitment or talk about that commitment and security with the significant other in their love life. Okay, now the outcome, I had initially asked, I had got one card, but then I had asked again for some other cards, and then boom, a couple of cards came out in front of me. Okay, so the outcome is that the Taurians are definitely, like in the hopes and fears, in the outcome situation, they are definitely building it up. Okay, and this time they are working for it really hard. In the outcome, they're not going to rest, they're not going to sit still, they're not going to put it in the hands of the universe to enable them to meet the expectation of the significant other, but they will be doing it by themselves. And that is because they definitely want to give, which they are building up to enable them to give in the right possible direction, which will also enable them to move from these kind of energies that they had been resisting for quite some time. Okay, so this is the most important card in their outcome, where it is again talking about confidence, self-pride, ego, self-esteem. Not ego, not in the bad way, guys, ego in the good way. You can have good ego and you can have bad ego. Okay, now the Taurus, in my opinion, in all these cards that I have been reading and understanding, and the energy is that what's telling me is that they definitely have learned some hard lessons, the Taurians, in their love life as well, in their personal life as well, in their professional life probably as well. Okay, so romantically, professionally, personally, wherever, they have definitely learned a hard lesson, and in the event they have also lost out on a lot. Okay, so that's what they are bringing back, or trying to bring back into their life, into their love life, for which they also want to bring back that happiness in their love life that they have lost. Their past relationship. Now this person, like I said, whenever this card comes to me, talks about a past life relationship. Okay, not all Taurians are having a past life relationship, but take it if it resonates with you. It's also talking about a twin flame or a past life relationship that they definitely want, like a magnet, to bring it back into their life, for which they will have to do what they have to do, okay? But right now in the outcome, that's what they're working for, that's what they're building up, that's what they are thinking, that's what they are planning, and that's what they are strategizing on, okay, which is going to bring back, and for which whatever juggling they need to do, they are doing in the outcome, you know, which is good, which is bad, what should be done, what should not be done, what are the boundaries I can cross, what are the boundaries I cannot cross to reach my significant other. All this mumbo jumbo, as I call it, you know, this is a new phrase I've possibly got a hold of while I'm doing the reading here. Okay, so that all the mumbo jumbo, all the spiritual, all the physical, all the soul energies, the body energies, the energies of the universe, the metaphysical energies, everything is crisscrossing, going through up and down, and which is also at times, or not at times, which is also giving them the power to not kind of be always very rational and intuitive. Sometimes you also need to follow the guidance of your own logic and intellect, you know. It's good to listen to your heart, it's good to listen to your intuition, you have to listen to them, guys. And I always say that, you know, cut out the noise to listen to your intuition. But sometimes in life you also need to go above and beyond that power of intuition to listen more clearly into what you as a person definitely want, you know, and definitely thinking about it. Let's ask for a clarification. And this is all happening because the Taurians no longer want to be left out in the cold. So this kind of an energy has happened before, and they are doing all this because now going forward in the month of December to January, they definitely do not wish to be left out in the cold, and that's the reason why they are progressing forward, spiritually awakening to the call of this universe, to the call of the universe, you know, in their love relationship as well, where they can gallantly move forward with their love and knowledge and power of wisdom, where they will stop juggling in order to reach what they have to do, moving forward from the dented cups to finding the ninth cup of happiness, and that which is going to bring them back the sunshine in their love life, guys. Okay, so this is for the Taurians from December 15th until the 31st of 2018, and then we will move forward in the next month to see what other energies the Taurians will show us as time goes by. But this is definitely what it is at this point in time, and hopefully this sun will come out as quickly and as bright and quickly as this card in here depicts, you know, for which we all pray and wish the best for the Taurians in their life. And the Taurians, that is the overall energy for the Taurians as well in this entire reading for this period, that like the significant other, they too are waiting for the divine timing to come at work here in their love relationship, where they will be able to also move forward and take the right course of action that needs to be taken for them in order to reach the pinnacle or the apex of their love situation with the significant other. Now let me just ask for a romance angel, my love angel guidance in here, to see what they have to tell us about the Taurian and their love life. But definitely the Taurians, I feel sometimes, like I said before too, it had happened once. In between they had kind of recovered, but I do see that it's not a complete recovery. They have gone back again. It had happened in the past that they had lost their garden, and that's again, now I know why that happened is because of the Wheel of Fortune that completely turned against them, against their favor. And this is again coming back, the Wheel of Fortune is turning again. Look at the vicious cycle here. Wow. The Taurians, you guys have shown us something, learning a lot from you all. Okay, so it's turning again. There is nothing to fear. Okay, what turns, what goes around comes around. What is above and so is beyond. Okay, what you sow, that's what you reap. All these words are coming back to me as I'm shuffling these cards and watching the cards on my table in here, and that's what it's telling me about the Taurians out here. Okay, so let's look at the love situation for the Taurians in here. Heart-to-heart conversations. You guys need to have a heart-to-heart conversations with one another. Please discuss your feelings openly, talk about it, don't keep it in your heart. Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership for sure. Okay, don't take it for granted that the other person is going to wait and wait for you while you know take your own sweet time. You should definitely take your time, Taurians. I'm talking to all the Tauruses out here. But make sure at the other end of the line, you keep the other person in the loop as well, because the other person will otherwise not be able to take the situation in the right spirit for too long. So in order to keep all the things in the right possible manner, to maintain a perfect balance in here, please keep the other person in the loop and convey to the other person what your situations is or has been, and what are you progressing towards, and how you're treating her or him. Please keep the other person in the loop as much as possible. Okay, and unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now this definitely talks about another person. It could be a third person situation in the life of the Taurus out here. It could be a karmic situation in here. So if that's what it is, if it's resonating for you, please do not hang on to that kind of a situation, because there is not enough chemistry to keep that kind of a love situation for you going, while the other person, if it's a third party situation, the other person who is your actual love is going to wait over there patiently waiting for you to come back to him or her. Okay, so if you definitely have a third party situation in your area of love, in your love area, please know that there is not enough chemistry to keep that going. Okay, rather keep this in mind and concentrate on the actual love situation that you are building up in here, where the bottom of the deck is talking about reconciliation as well. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Like I said, guys, this was a past life connection. Now this could resonate not for all Taurians, but whosoever it resonates, please take it. It's definitely a twin flame past life connection kind of a situation that you are working upon at this point in time. Okay, so for all those Taurians that I'm talking to, and if it's resonating with you, that's what the situation is. Okay, so for which, please bear in mind that the other person is also not going to be waiting for too long, and would be wanting a new beginning. Okay, that person is not going to wait until you get your bearings right, until you are able to move, until you are able to set things straight, until you are able to talk. You know, another problem with the Taurians in general, I've noticed, they do not talk too much. You know, I mean, they talk, don't get me wrong, they love to talk, okay, but I don't know, I mean, the thing is how much they're going to talk, you know, how much of openness and frankness they are going to develop in their conversations. That's what it is. Okay, so if you're going to talk, please make sure that you have an open, a frank conversation with your significant other. If it concerns a karmic or a situation in your family that you're not being able to move forward or cut and sever ties with immediately, but you definitely have the other person's love in mind, where you want to go proceed forward, and that's what both of you are planning, dreaming of setting it up. If that is the kind of situation, please have a heart-to-heart conversation with the other person, because, you know, like I said, don't keep hanging till both of you get fed up, or at least the other person gets fed up and would give up on the situation. Because if you guys really love each other, stick to your guts, stick to your self-esteem, stick to your gut instinct, you know, that says what you have to hear and work accordingly. It doesn't mean that you're going to tamper somebody or kill somebody, or but amend your own ways, mend your own ways, amend the situation tactfully, amend the situation in the right possible direction, and for that keep the honesty and clarity to yourself. Okay, so that's very important, and that's what it is calling for, this love situation in the month of December 2018, moving towards January of 2019. Okay, now I've got two cards in here for the goddess guidance out here. It says infinite supply. You are all supplied for today, tomorrow, and all of your tomorrows. So there is no dearth of your supply from the universe. Whatever you're going to ask from the universe now will be granted to you. Will be granted to you. And that's because you have divine knowledge that help others through spiritual teaching. So even though sometimes you wouldn't want to listen to your intuition, it can happen that you are fed up of listening to your intuition. It can happen that you do not want to hear the silent noises and the voices that comes to you creeping slowly from the crevices of your brain and your heart. It could happen that you don't want to, but at the same time the universe is definitely telling you, and my goddess is definitely telling you, that you do have ingrained in yourself, you do have the high priestess quality, where you will be in a position, or you are in a position, to deliver the right action because of your own wisdom and help others in the process as well. And that's the reason whatever you ask from the universe right now will be granted to you, because you are definitely on the right path, Taurus. But like I said, keep the other person in the right place, keep the other person in the loop, keep the other person in as a heart-to-heart conversation kind of a thing there, that you do not lose out and cut ties with the other person in your love situation. And you and your loved ones are spiritually protected and guarded by the guardian right here from the universe. Okay, so everything else is all okay, but just bear that in mind, Taurians. I'm talking to you going forward to the month of January 2019, where I will be able to check on the fresh energies once again to see how things are moving in your love life. But at this point in time, in the month of December, please take a note of the guidance that I have been able to deliver with the help of my spirit, my guide, my angels, who has made me a medium, of course, to deliver these messages to you. So for now, that's all for now. I'm going to check on the other energies as we go along. Until then, stay blessed. Have a great night, guys. Have a great week ahead too. Love you all. Take care.